that whole spinach cockroach thing took place in about 4 seconds. So that whole
wow.
yeah,
So-
the whole
No,
thing
it felt
took
like
3
no.
minutes.
I'm telling you, it felt like 20 minutes. It
It
might
was-
have been 3, but it felt like 20 minutes.
Oh,
She was
God.
picking spinach out of her bra for like yeah, like 20 minutes.
All right,
Now
so
that took 20 minutes.
Well, how did the spinach get in her bra in the first place?
Thank
Took
you
a
for
scoop of
asking.
spinach dish.
She was trying to eat
Would you like
it.
to reenact this? She went to the fridge. She took us to the fridge.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
she's
very
gonna
simple.
do it.
Well, I'm yapping. I'm listening, mostly listening, because I'm a listener. And there's spinach dip right here. Oh shit, my hand. Right, I made it. It contains a vegetable, so Pierre's not going to eat it. It's only going to be me. So I take a little cracker like this, and while people are chitty chatting as they do, I kind of try to penetrate. Fuck, it didn't work. I got to penetrate the spinach and the cheese, and people are talking. And I don't want to interrupt because I was, I want to be polite.
I think
So
she
I
was
kinda
talking. I think she was talking.
So I did that. Here's my
Before-
dream.
So you took your cracker and your dip.
Right. So the trajectory between the bowl of spinach and my tits was just something happened and it fell down my shirt. So I got a lump of
You were the one talking.
So I'm trying not to interrupt.
No,
And,
no, baloney. She immediately goes, "Stop everything, everyone, stop! I have spinach in my tits."
That's closer to the truth, but so what? So listen, I go over to the counter and I'm like, holy crap, and I'm like, you
So
guys,
she
I
did
gotta
not
do
want
this
us to
thing.
see it, so she turned the camera so that we were looking behind,
Yeah.
so that we
Right.
didn't see her undressing. So the camera was facing the
The
wall.
other way. So
Yeah.
the camera's
So then,
facing
as
the
soon
other
as
way.
she saw that, she's like, "Oh my God, there's a bug."
So right here, there was a giant cockroach moving around at the
Like right,
speed of
right.
light.
He
At the
was
speed of light.
already dead.
He wasn't moving.
That's what Leanne and Karen say, but I say he was moving like a landed pterodactyl. So my priority is it my tits? No, I think my priority is to
We're going.
protect my
Clean
environment.
yourself first. Clean yourself
Well,
first.
yeah.
The bug isn't going
No.
anywhere.
So I reject that option, and I say I have to kill the cockroach first. So I take out the
Oh,
rolling out. I kill him. I still got spinach
stuck
God
in
knows
there.
where. I haven't inspected. I don't know. It could be anywhere. And so I dump the cockroach in the trash. That's been handled. And so I'm like, immediately, listen, you guys, I got to take off my Auschwitz pajamas. I got a little fucking blue pajamas in here. And so I start excavating, and I'm going in, and I'm like, if I'm not back in 15 minutes, you guys call the authorities. I go in.
All the
I
authorities.
dig out this
Wait,
giant-
no. The first attempt, she was like, "Oh, I don't even think it's in there. I don't even see it in there." And she was
Pulls
and
out
then
a
she goes,
little
"No, I don't
piece
even
of
think. I don't
spinach.
even think it's." And then, and she.
I don't think you can tell this story. I don't think you can tell. I want to see where this goes now.
This is an
Is there
unauthentic.
anything in there? And then all of a sudden, no, wait, there is.
I yank out this giant, like it's like you know how people used to search for gold? They would go to California and look for chunks of gold. It was like that size, your dream gold clump, but it was spinach, and it was like at the vortex, of the scaffolding, that.
Oh, God, yeah.
So I schling it out, and I'm like, look, I only live once. So I show them. I turn on the camera. I'm like, look at this giant clump. And they're amazed because the whole square of my screen is filled with green and cheese and delicious
face
mushrooms,
hurts.
by the way. The mushrooms had probably. And there's a dead cockroach in the trash. So I schling it out. I rub it up with the toilet paper. Am I going too fast? I put it in the trash. After a few minutes, Karen doubts the validity of the size and speed and of the cockroach. So I go back in the trash to dig out the corpse because I'm going to show her it's a genuine cockroach. which I'm about to do again because we're going to douse it with whipped cream. And none of this is my fault, by the way. I'm not.
All your fault.
And so we're not telling any of this to Pierre, by the way. He cannot know. This.
Yeah.
Hold on, here he comes.
Okay.
Don't act like us.
Ixnay on the update.
Hello,
Jay.
darling.
Okay. Yeah.
Roche. Today.
So I exhumed the body from the trash to the forensic
Okay, so
entomologic.
first she opens up the paper towel and it's all spinach.
And she's standing back because it's moving
It's all
in the
spinach.
paper.
So
She's standing.
Well, no, first it was the
Bag.
spinach. I excavated the spinach.
By accident.
Yeah.
And then it was the cockroach. And the cockroach is like, oh my God, what the fuck just happened? Thank God the cockroach was.
The bug was, in her defense, the bug was still very small, but he was laying on his back. He did have a lot of little legs. He was kind of gross. But he
He
was
was
so small. Like,
Oh my
so
God.
small.
No, it was the size of my phalange. There, my distal phalange.
Okay, I just made myself.
Forensic quiz.
I know, I took a lot of forensic tests today, okay? Karen is already familiar with phalange because she's put
She did spit my soda out all over the place.
Come here, I'll show you.
My back.
No more, no more conjecture. No. Chain
We're
of
going to
custody.
see the
Chain of
proof
custody.
now.
Oh God.
Yeah, so,
See the
okay, there should
spinach?
be a plastic bag.
Look at
That looks
the
like the
paper
spinach
towel.
one.
There's the spinach.
There are two
Yeah.
pieces of evidence, actually. And ignore the booze bottles and cat food, okay? Just focus. So,
This is the
so,
stupidest thing.
I'll show you. Okay, slowly, okay? This is forensic evidence. I'm getting this.
And you should be wearing gloves.
Well, okay, so here's the chunk.
No, that's not even half of it. You must have smushed it because it was a lot bigger before.
It
Looks
felt
like-
bigger in the
looks
moment.
like when the-
When she ran to get Pierre, she ate the other glob.
Oh.
Right. So I got slung. That is,
Where's the bug?
It's so small you can't see.
He's probably
this bug
dissolved.
is huge. It's a landed pterodactyl. Oh la la. I can't. Okay, no, we smushed him in with the spinach. Remember? Take that.
He's so small.
We
you
did.
can't find him. You know what happened? His
There he is. I
cockroach
got him.
friends came along and they took the body and they had a procession.
She is
Oh,
underestimated.
yeah, that's right.
In
They
the polar
carry out their
bears.
dead. The
Oh, my
cockroaches came and got him because they carry off their
Right.
Where
dead
is he? Is that him there?
in a
Yeah, that's him.
parade. Yeah, that's him.
Okay, that's the thorax.
If that's him, you really smushed him good.
You need
I
your
did switch it.
tweezers and a little pointer thingy, okay, so you can dissect him.
Yeah.
All right,
Hold
we
on,
need
so-
a whiteboard.
I do need
I
a
got one
microscope.
in the bedroom. Hold on,
So
just
listen,
a minute.
We believe you. So there's cockroach and smushed up against the spinach, which they originally had nothing
It
to
was
do with
a
each other.
happy, happy death.
Yeah, and I
Oh,
want you to know,
boy.
Chris, this all happened in about 2.5 minutes. And I know
Yeah.
Karen said it was 20 minutes, but it wasn't. It was all very fast. And
She's the
I
slickest player.
didn't want to interrupt the conversation. That was the point.
Yeah, well, that was nice of you, though.
Well, I'm thinking of other people. So
Yeah.
anyway, there could be anything.
Jordan, because I'm pretty sure you were the one talking in the first place. I didn't want to interrupt the conversation.
Okay, and
okay.
then they all
Hold it.
start screaming
Everyone,
for Pierre
stop everything.
in French.
That's
You need to
not
come
my
in here
shirt.
because a bunch of spinach and a thing and
Well, so let me
It's like
hear
the world
you.
must stop for a moment because I have spinach down my shirt. No, she goes, I didn't want to interrupt the conversation.
Okay, in my defense, if you had a giant daub, like spinach and mushrooms between your tits, suddenly, not just like a development, but suddenly, how would you go on with your life? Like, would you be like, I've been where you listen to other people and be like, you know what, I've been where you're at. I know what you're going through. No, you'd be like,
what's so funny
excuse me.
about this? What's so funny about this is she was so dramatic about the spinach. And then the night that she took a pot lid and caught a killer hornet on the wall and just stood there like
Yes.
she didn't interrupt us. She just stood there. And she was just and we're just after a while we're like, why is she not moving? What's going on? What is she holding on to? And I said, okay.
Chris,
Show us what you got. Them
4
20
minutes. I can
minutes
do a
to get
reenact-
that killer hornet
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So
outside.
somebody's telling a story. Somebody's telling a story.
I'm
And polite
talking,
as I am, I don't want to interrupt.
Yeah.
The insect is enormous.
Oh,
It's enormous. It's
yeah.
fucking enormous.
It was huge.
It
was
I
was
trap them and I wait like that while Karen's telling me.
But we
she's
can't
talking about
see the
something that
lid.
means
We
something.
can't see the lid. We can see
Yeah.
it now, but we couldn't.
No,
we
right.
could see
See to
Like,
about
our arm. We
minute.
could only put it back the other way so we can only see your
Right.
arm.
So
Yeah.
9 minutes.
There you go.
passed.
She's like
yeah,
that.
there you go.
She's
Yeah.
like that. She's just sitting there. And I'm still talking, and she's still going. And then every once in a while, she glances up, and she comes to the conversation. And then
Well, she probably was hoping to suffocate it.
you were spending more time focused on us. You
Well, I
just
can't.
occasionally glance over
Okay.
at it. So finally, I'm like, okay, wait a minute. What are you doing? And she's like,
Just hanging
well,
out. hanging.
there's this. And it turns out to be a real emergency. This was just spinach on your shirt.
Huge fucking bug. It was amazing.
It was
And
awesome. And it took
so
it took a long time to kill.
well, here's the thing. Karen brings it to my attention. I said, well, I would just want to suffocate him. Karen says, actually, that's not going to work. That animal, that little insect, it can live for up to whatever, 36 hours, whatever you said.
He's still
just
breathing
keep
in
it
there.
here.
Yeah, he's gonna keep on breathing in there. What are you talking about? That's a lot of air for him.
Absolutely. So we need another plan. So I have these plaques, and I use cardboard and other things to slide. So I keep spraying. Remember
Well, first
when,
of all, I
when
said we got to poison him. I asked her
Yeah.
what was within reach. We're trying to find out all
So
the
the poison-
things she could reach. So I said, do you have some kind of like chemical spray that you could
Yeah.
exactly.
spray on the
The
wall?
poison is over there. So I slide the bug over as I reach over to get the poison. Hold on. I
And he
reach.
fell out?
No way. No, my God. Once I hunt, it's done. His destiny is to die.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
no-
the Ajax.
What I do is I start, this is by Karen's counsel. I spray the wall, I slide him over the wall. I spray the wall again, I slide him over so he's breathing intoxicating fumes. Now he's looking at me. He's got a face, this insect. He's so big. He's looking at me like, he's
Yeah.
looking at me like he's mafia. I can almost see a tattoo on his little, anyway. So he's like, habada, habada, habada. Against I'm spraying Ajax against my cheap brick wallpaper, right? And she's like, no, just keep doing that. He'll die. So then she finally said,
He stops moving. At this point, he's not moving anymore.
So
So we
he
can-
went on an acid trip.
He
Yeah.
he was
He's a happy place. Leanne's right
Yeah.
about that. So he slid something like this and slid him underneath it. He got on it.
and then she put him on the
Transported
table.
him.
First,
Yeah.
she put him on the table, and she had to rest because her arm. We're saying that she was holding that up against
For
there.
a while.
She
yeah.
wasn't. She was
I gotta loosen it.
pressing. She was pressing. She thought this thing was strong enough to push the lid off.
Karen happily
So
convinced
then
me.
she says that even though he's on the table, I need to put something on top of this. And I'm like, he can't lift that lid. I'm telling you.
Besides,
Yes,
it's high.
but he can't lift that lid.
And she's right. So I trust her. I trusted, you may note, I trusted you immediately and let
Yes.
go.
She
And I
let
was
go.
like, all right.
She's like,
So I kept spraying
oh.
and moving this thing, sliding it over so he would breathe new toxic fumes. Well, anyway, eventually he's looking at me with his little triangular face, which is evil and black, and he's like, man. He doesn't do anything for the universe. I mean, nothing for the environment. So,
He was laying on his back with his finger part curled up. He was like in the fetal position.
Right. So
Not
he finally
moving.
hose him. And when he's in that position, I hose him down again, and I take this thing out the window.
I told her, like, do it like you're bowling. Just take it and then whoosh.
And you,
That's my inspiration.
flung them out.
I did, and I flung him out, and I was like, the world can deal with him now, or he can come
Wow.
back from his trip that he took, his agent's trip, and he's probably still out there.
Wishing he could get back in so he could go
Yeah.
on another trip.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
exactly.
God. But that escapade lasted like 45 minutes, I think.
Had to
Yeah,
leave
in
in the middle of it.
And the reason it was so short was because Karen had salacious, and so I might have made it about 3 or 4 hours longer, like a German opera, and she kind of
she couldn't trust that she could put a piece of paper underneath it, and she's like, no, he's gonna get through.
It's a bend. It's a bend. He's gonna slip out and with his little triangular face. He's gonna be like, I keep your family. I keep your family.
God.
And Pierre can't know because Pierre really hates bugs. And if it's a small, even a fruit fly, he's like, get it away from me. He can kill a man with his pinky, but he doesn't like fruit flies. And so I can't let him ever know that there was this gang member.
So big. And she zoomed into its face, and its face was like human-ish.
It had an expression. It had an expression. And it was a stoic expression. It was more like, I will just kill you. And
No, it was a dead expression at this point.
well, when he was on his back, yeah.
When he was on his back, he was kind of like, oh. But it was, it's the kind when you lean over and you close their eyelids.
Yeah, I almost did. We should have done that before I let him go. I should have just gone.
Rest in
Yeah.
peace, you little fucker.
When I did push him out the window, I apologized. And I said, I didn't want to kill you. It's just you're coming to my house and my husband. It's a long story anyway. And he was like, I'm dying. Why are you telling me this story? And he was already on his back. And then, well, he's still out there. He's decomposing,
Oh,
But it was rough.
yeah, it sounds like it. I'm sorry, it seems like I miss a lot of good stuff in here.
This was late
know
at
what-
night.
Yeah.
This was just spinach.
It was
This was like,
only spinach.
She was like, stop everything. Wait, stop. I have spinach. Sure. The bug, the giant, it was like a murder hornet thing situation.
Right.
And then she like just stood there.
At
like
my
this.
funeral, when you retell this story, I don't want you to say that I stopped the conversation to talk about spinach between my tits. I want the story to go that I didn't interrupt the conversation.
It was
Hold-
spinach
Hold
dip.
everything.
It is closer to the truth. I know that, but tell a different story.
Oh, God.
I don't have that kind of excitement at my house.
Oh God! And then
If I
she
see a cockroach, I go, you ready to die?
Mm.
And
Yeah.
that's it.
Kill it. Tell your friends.
I think I'm pretty sure it was already dead. I think it starved to death. It was just sitting there.
Started to-
And the toenail thing, honestly,
What?
it was me.
Oh.
With me losing my toenail, the only way that happened was, here's the chair. All I do is move into it. And
No. You were running. No. Tell it right.
You
were
could have just
running.
moved into it. I brushed by it.
You rushed by it.
Yeah.
I'm a little fast. I'm a little speedy. And so when I was cleaning, off comes the toenail for no fucking reason whatsoever. All I'm doing is a broom or something, and suddenly my life is different. Suddenly I got a shot in the butt and 100 milligrams of Xanax. And you think you can't, if you don't leave your house, you won't be in danger. You don't know. This is bullshit.
Most accidents happen in the home.
In the home, that's right.
Yeah.
I can
Did you-
attest to that.
Did you get your shot in your butt?
No, not yet.
You still
She's supposed to
have
do
it.
it herself, but she won't do it. They
Oh,
gave her
I
all the
died.
stuff. They gave her the needle and the medicine.
Uh,
She won't do it.
It's in
You
my
don't-
plastic. You guys were in the fridge. You saw the plastic bag on the shelf. Who spends
Yeah.
more time in my fridge?
You were in
Nobody
the
other
fridge.
than you guys. You guys have spent the most time in my fridge.
Yeah,
No.
but think
Oh,
of
God.
it this way, like if think of it this way, the more you put us in the fridge, every once in a while we tell you what you were out of.
Yeah,
We
you
get
guys
to
know.
know.
She's
stuff.
out of a lot. It looked a little barren.
You guys know more about my
Just
fridge.
more
than-
condiments.
And we find your expired food.
Yeah.
Yeah, condiments, pickles. Yeah, it's good stuff. You guys you haven't even seen my freezer. What's not going on there?
Oh, you
Yeah,
don't
a lot of
even
it.
want to see my freezer.
The first time she put us in the refrigerator, it started to, like fog up. It got really cold. It was like it was too cold in there for us. I'm
It
like,
got iced over. The whole film got iced over. This thing. And I can't believe she started a story with the first time she put us in her fridge. But anyway,
Yeah.
go ahead.
The only time. Oh no, we've been in there twice.
Oh, we've been in there so many times.
In one
We
day.
better be on the best
3
behavior.
times because she put us in there once with Chris just to show her.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
You guys gotta
right.
behave, man. Gotta behave. Go to the fucking fridge.
I've never started a sentence that way before.
So anyway.
Oh.
Jeez, and just yesterday I was behind your toilet.
Yeah.
Right.
That was 2 days ago, I think.
Oh, isn't it
Couple
yesterday?
days,
I thought it
yeah.
was yesterday.
I
Yeah.
think so. Did you clean the
I
bathroom 2
can't
days in a
remember.
row?
I didn't
No.
come yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't come in here yesterday either. Did
Oh no,
anybody?
right. No. It was the day
Theo came
before.
in last night, like around 5 o'clock my time, and she just left. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and the
I
phone,
had to lie down all day.
it was terrible.
Oh, you
It was-
got the heat there, Leanne. Right?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, we do. It's this way over up until almost the Rockies.
Yeah.
The whole